Come on, let's go.
There's that damn Florida morning condensation, that humidity again.
I wonder why just this one section's wet. Why does it just stop right there and it's not wet anymore? Yeah.
The world may never know. How y'all doing today? I hope the answer is well, and I'm glad you guys are here. Apparently, we've learned a lot in the last less than 24 hours, and odds are today we're going to learn a whole lot more.
So apparently there's a new stick of butter. A lot of people have been getting very upset about this.
It looks, smells, and tastes like the butter we're all familiar with, but without the farmland, fertilizers, or emissions tied to that typical process. And this butter breakthrough, it's happening right here in Batavia.
Wow. Bill Gates is definitely, he's trying to help everybody.
When you met him 10 years ago, he was convicted of soliciting prostitution from...
Nope.
It was reported that you continued to meet with him over several years. What did you do when you found out about his background?
Well, he's dead, so...
But they're fat molecules. The idea of switching to lab-made fats and oils may seem strange at first, but their potential to significantly reduce our carbon footprint is immense.
Keep science out of my butter. Yeah.
The environment is changing, the landscape, this space in which we exist here on YouTube, and spoiler alert, Michelle and I are branching out and going over to TikTok. But don't worry, we're not quitting YouTube. Although for some reason, a lot of people seem to think that's exactly what we were doing. But if you were staying connected on Patreon, then you would know exactly what we were doing. Because there's way more that we don't post on YouTube, and now we're going to be posting on TikTok as well as we continue to grow and expand this enterprise, our businesses.
And some of the latest that's happening right now. AI just broke the creator economy. The new way to build a personal brand, the 2026 strategy. Trump deploys National Guard in D.C. Trump federalization of D.C. CDC attack immunity for pesticide. Don't be a YouTuber. You hear that? Don't be a YouTuber. Well, that is, unless you know how to copy this YouTube strategy for folks over 40. Career advice and how she threw away her $250,000 degree, quit a six-figure job, and became a Y. But this may be the most important slide of them all, a screenshot that I've saved today, and that is Jerome Powell forced to admit who's really eating Trump tariffs. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. I think the key here is working smarter and not harder, and not begging for rent money. I feel like she's talking about Dante London or DoDash, but I don't know.
But we can't deny the fact, the truth, the reality. YouTube is too crowded now. Is it too late to start a YouTube channel in 2025? Well, that depends. If you know what you're doing, or if you, better yet, know someone who knows what they're doing, then they can kind of show you the ropes. They can help you avoid some of the pitfalls, stop you, prevent you from wasting time, and getting you to a point at which you can actually grow a business and make money sooner rather than later, or in some folks' instance, never.
Ali Abdal says, trust the process, why everyone should start a YouTube channel. I agree. And then there's this guy who actually started a YouTube channel, but apparently is now kind of fallen off. And Swell Entertainment says, when your audience feels abandoned. She's actually related to another YouTuber. Does she resemble anyone to you? Can you recognize, can you pinpoint who her dad is? Odds are you've probably seen him before.
And I don't know who that guy is, but apparently he's been making a big splash across all forms of social media because he made a fatal mistake. And he's not the only one who's done that. I've actually seen this happen numerous times, but he too has fallen victim to lifestyle creep, I guess. And his audience has pretty much abandoned him for it.
They are calling it the Hub's Life rug pull. He built his entire platform off of being a normal guy working a normal job with a normal life. And it was the reason why people followed him. And now that he is no longer working in corporate, the bulk of his content is like day in the life as a full-time content creator. He didn't build enough of a parasocial relationship with his audience for them to want to stay invested in him as a person. And the style of content that he created, while obviously very successful, it was not about building a connection with his followers. So those people aren't gonna go along for the ride and be excited for him with this new direction because they followed him for a very specific type of content, not because they were invested in him as a person. And if he's no longer making that content, then they're no longer invested.
Bon appetit, dog.
Just 12% of Americans found the Sydney Sweeney jeans ad offensive.
Rather than just falling victim to rage bait. So I read this thing that apparently 54% of American adults read below a 6th grade level, and I thought that was hilarious, and I believe it. But before I fully believe it, I wanted to research it and see if it was actually true. According to Snopes, it is totally true. Oh boy. I opt into the news when I think there's good reason to, but I'm no longer being emotionally manipulated and assaulted 24/7, and I think I'm way better off for it. How's that saying go?
It's the online left that drove the whole thing.
You're going to tell me, Will Smith now, the Will Smith, you're going to tell me that if you're supporting Trump, that you're engaged in collective insanity. And I want to say that, like, I heard enough about this story that he was like defending like Rosie O'Donnell or something like that from whenever Trump called her fat or something. I don't know. But I mean, apparently that's what you do whenever you've become irrelevant and you need attention is Trump.
I like pretty girl. Yo, yo, I like pretty girl. Hey, hey! Rita over in the building. Now that's right, there you go. I like pretty girls. That's crazy. See, that's how that song works. You just put it on, they just show up.
Trump is the guy that's going to get the eyeballs back on your career, I guess.
I guess. But based on what I'm seeing in the tests that I'm running and the results that I'm getting, it may not actually really be Trump. Well, at least for us, from a conservative perspective and growing YouTube channels, building businesses and making money. And in fact, just yesterday, I posted a video, or actually not yesterday. Yesterday, I noticed a video that I had uploaded and posted did really, really well. And this is on a completely different channel. And what I noticed here, and actually let me put this in order so you guys can see it. This video on its own ended up picking up over 50,000 views, 3,300 watch time hours, 385 subscribers. And this was before the channel was even monetized. So the revenue is off a little bit. But this is just one instance of many and many of the things that we talk about and discuss over on Patreon. You have an option. There's a link down below in the description to join Patreon and become a member. There's also the free option of joining the community for passive income and retirement and investing and money savings and budgeting over on School with Stay Free. Feel free. Join one, the other, both. The more, the merrier. It's better to have too much than not enough, right? Diversify. You don't want to put all your eggs in just one basket. And if you are interested in saving money, specifically on your Medicare, then make sure you give our friends at Chapter a call. And I want you guys to really, really pay attention here because it's come to my attention that most seniors are not on the best Medicare plan. They're either overpaying for the same coverage they could get elsewhere, or they don't have the coverage they need in an emergency. Chapter can review your options in under 20 minutes. It's fast, it's simple, it's easy, and it's free.
If you're already on the best possible plan, they'll tell you they're unbiased and they're purely here to help folks, seniors, save money on healthcare, on average $1,100. And if you're not on the right plan, they'll help you switch, even if it's to a plan that pays them nothing. Again, unbiased, folks. This is unique and unlike any other Medicare provider out there. And this is exactly why we love Chapter so much, because they're literally just trying to help people. Chapter works for you, not big insurance or the government. And there's no pressure, just honest, free advice from professionals who know Medicare inside and out. And so I'm offering honest, free advice. I'm offering resources, links down below in the description. Check them out. Really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say it enough.